Today we have this 2024. This is a Toyota Camry. The shop replaced the headlight on this side. In order to do that, they removed the front bumper. After that, when we start the car up, we get this message for the pre-collision system malfunction. And we have this little warning light right there. Let me move the tachometer a little bit right there. Now today I'm going to show you guys how to do this using my brand new Zenith Z7 scan tool. I'll show you why I chose this scan tool in just a minute. But first of all, let's go into diagnosis. We're going to auto detect the VIN. Toyota Camry, select. We're going to do a system search. Now it's scanning through all the modules in the car. And right here you can see that we do have a code in the radar cruise. Let's click show DTC. Here's the code stored in our front radar system, C1A1100. Front radar sensor optical access misalignment. This is the code that we're going to try to remedy by doing this calibration. Now in order to properly calibrate the front radar sensor, we need to start by finding the exact center line of the vehicle. We can do this by dropping a plumb bob down the front of the logo. So if you look at the logo, that's where our radar sensor is located. So we got to go directly in the center of the emblem. And if we follow the line down to the floor, you can see I put a piece of tape and marked exactly where that plumb bob is landing. Now we need to do the same thing on the back of the car. Okay, so I went ahead and I dropped the plumb bob on the back side of the car. Again, you can see that we're going straight down the Toyota logo, and I went ahead and marked it with a piece of tape and permanent marker. Now what I'm using to draw up our center line is going to be this self-leveling laser. What I did was I made sure to line up the laser exactly with the center point of the car so that the laser runs through not only our front marker, but our rear marker as well. I know it's a little faint, but if you guys look, you can see the laser passing right through the center. So now that we have our center line established, we can go ahead and set the distance for the target. This is the target that we're going to be using. Now, according to the service data, they want you to line up the height of this triangle to the center point of this radar sensor. Now we're going to measure 3,000 millimeters between the point there and the front of our target. Okay, so we have our distance measured between the front of the vehicle and the front of the target. And if you take a look here, you can see that the laser runs right down the center of our target. Now, one of the things I forgot to mention is that if you are going to be doing one of these radar sensor calibrations, always make sure that the surface that you're on is level. Also, I'm going to be closing that bay door back there. We don't want that light to be reflecting off of the target. Now I'm going to show you guys why I decided to use my brand new Zenith Z7. Other than the fact that it has a really cool hand grip on the backside, this tool, unlike many other tools on the market, does not require an additional purchase to do ADAS calibrations. ADAS capabilities come standard with the tool. So we're going to start by clicking service, and we're going to select ADAS. Here we're going to choose our vehicle. We're going to select body, then we're going to choose front radar sensor, then we're going to choose front beam axis adjustment. It's asking us what target we're using. We're using the triangle. So choose F1, make sure everything's set up properly, then hit OK. It's doing the calibration, and just like that, the front beam axis adjustment is complete. Let's back out and go to DTC analysis, erase the code. Trouble code has been erased. Our DTC is now gone. Okay, so now that our calibration is done, you can see that we no longer have the collision light over here, and we no longer have any messages popping up on this little display. So that's how you do a quick ADAS adjustment using the brand new Zenith Z7 scan tool. If you guys are interested, I will leave a link in the description. Definitely a tool worth checking out, especially if you work on imports.
At EZDS, we are not just a company. We are a dedicated team with over 2 decades of experience in the automotive diagnostic field. With roots in South Korea, Japan, and the United States, we have supported and distributed the G-Scan product worldwide for many years. Now we come up with our own new product lineup called the Zenith Z-Series scan tools. If you recognize what G-Scan is, then Zenith is backed by the team who developed the G-Scan. Now let's meet the Z-Series scanners, the Zenith Z5 and a Z7. Both tools are multi-brand bidirectional scan tools designed for professionals. They offer blazingly fast all-system scans, topology scans, live data with super responsive graphing capability, service functions, advanced service functions such as reset, initialization, coding, DPF regeneration, ADAS calibration, a diagnostic report for pre and post scans, J2534 functions, and all other features you need for your shop. We offer 2 hardware options, but both share the same software. So let me give you some brief highlights of our software. Our software is a game changer in today's market, where most aftermarket software is divided into multiple categories. Our software is an all-in-one package that includes ADAS calibration, 24-volt system support, and electric vehicles. As we are based in South Korea and Japan, Zenith software is specialized in Asian cars. Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, Toyota, Honda, Nissan, Subaru, you name it. we support the best Asian car software. We stay ahead of the curve by supporting the latest security gateway access for Hyundai, Kia, and Genesis. Even the new security gateway access for Nissan in North America will be ready in March 2024. Speaking of security gateway, Zenus also supports Stellantis and Ford security functions. Because of all the available latest security gateway access, Zenus software is currently being used by one of the largest glass manufacturing companies in the United States for ADAS calibration. EasyDS USA is located in Southern California and operate a technical support team to provide real-time assistance for all matters. If some vehicles or functions are not supported, simply capture and send us a log file inside the tool, and we will get it fixed within 24 hours. If you have any problem using our scanner, contact our authorized dealers in your location. If you are based in the United States, simply call or email our tech support team at EasyDS USA. Now let's meet our compact powerhouse, the Zenus Z5. With its 8-inch LCD touchscreen and a built-in stylus pen, the Z5 is a traditional scan tool that has built-in VCI directly connected to the OBD port. You can find the Zenus Z5 in various kits depending on your location, but this one here is the Zenus Z5 standard kit available in the United States. It comes with a rugged hard case, a compact tablet with a DLC cable, a battery to DC cable, a rechargeable battery with a battery cover, a USB cable for J2534, an AC/DC adapter, a handle strap, and a quick manual. For diagnostics with CAN-FD and DOIP systems, you need this special adapter for your Zenus Z5. This is an optional item that you can purchase separately. Now let's meet the Zenus Z7, the big brother of renowned Zenus Z5. The Zenus Z7 comes with a 10-inch LCD touchscreen. It is designed to withstand the toughest environments of any auto repair shop. This powerhouse comes equipped with everything you need for a seamless diagnostic experience. First up, we have the rugged hard case, and a Z7 tablet, and charging station with the power cable. Next, we have the ZVCI2, your wireless lifeline to vehicle diagnostics. And for those who prefer a wired connection, we've got you covered with a USB cable. A leather hand strap for added convenience and comfort during those long diagnostic sessions. Now let's talk about getting started with the Zenus Z5 and Z7. To unlock its full potential, you will need to register your product. Just head over to our website, create your account with a valid email address, and go through a quick verification process. Go back to the website and log into your account. Go to My Page and Product Registration Z5 or Z7. Enter the serial number and security code for VCI and a tablet, or just a tablet for Z5. You can find the security numbers either in the Settings menu or under the Registration tab in the Update menu of your Z5 and Z7. Once you hit the Submit button, you're done. Your Z5 and Z7 is ready for exclusive updates, tech support, and security gateway access. The docking station comes with the power supply in the kit, delivering the correct voltage and amps to charge your tablet efficiently. The Zenus Z7 boasts a 10-inch touchscreen running on Android 11 with an octa-core processor and 64 GB of memory. Tablet is equipped with a rear 8-megapixel camera with flash, stylus pen, and a built-in stand. A soft leather hand strap adds both style and functionality. The Zenus Z7 tablet can communicate wirelessly with your ZVCI2 via Bluetooth. If you do not want Bluetooth connection, we got you covered with USB cable. On the top of the tablet, we have 5 ports located under 2 rubber covers. Under the left cover, you will find 2 USB ports, Type A and Type C. These ports can be used to transfer data, and additionally, Type C port can be used to connect with CVCI as well. Beside the USB Type-C port lies a unique locking support design engineered by EZDS to prevent USB damage. On the right side, we have a RJ45 Ethernet port, micro SD card slot, and a full-sized HDMI port. Moving on to the ZVCI2, our vehicle communication interface, which features 5 indicators. Vehicle battery voltage, which is super useful to check battery level before you start to diagnose the vehicle. Power indicator shows the status of ZVCI power. It will be steady on whenever the ZVCI is powered on. PC-COM indicates the ZVCI is communicating with the tablet. Diag data indicates the communication of diagnostic data between the vehicle and the ZVCI. And lastly, here is the status indicator, which indicates the status of ZVCI. At the bottom of the ZVCI2, you will find a 12-volt power input, USB Type-C with locking support, and an RJ45 port for DOIP communication. If you have any further questions about our tablet or ZVCI2, don't hesitate to reach out to our tech support or visit us at e-zdsusa.com.
Hello, this is Patrick from EZDS USA, and today we're going to be looking at a 2024 Hyundai Ioniq 6. We're going to be using the Zenith Z7, and we're going to see what functions we can perform on it. Let's dive right in. First, we need to connect the ZVCI2 into the OBD2 port and connect it to our Zenith Z7. Make sure the ignition is in the on position before starting. One of the new features that was rolled out in our recent update is the auto VIN function. We need to make sure that we are connected to the internet in order to communicate with later Hyundai vehicles. We are going to be selecting topology and performing a full DTC scan. As you can see, our Zenith is performing very fast with Hyundai vehicles. Okay, let's check out the menus on the right. The star list shows all the special functions supported for each module. Once selected, there will be 2 columns that opens up. The left column will show you what modules you can select, and the right column is just a list of all the special functions within each module. The Show DTC function will show all DTCs stored in all modules. This helps so that you can quickly look at all DTCs instead of having to go and search through each module. Let's go ahead and use the Create Report function. Selecting the Create Report function allows us to create a pre- and post-diagnostic report for the customer. Vehicle name and VIN will automatically be filled, and all that's left is to just fill in the rest of the fields. Once this is completed, we can save the information. You can overwrite your pre-repair scan result in case you didn't scan the vehicle correctly. You can add post-repair scan results or even add comments. You can always preview your information before printing or emailing. Since this is an electric vehicle, let's check out the BMS module. Selecting DTC analysis shows no DTCs. Our side menus allow us to easily switch between different tasks. We can switch between data analysis or perform actuation tests and vice versa. Let's view the battery data analysis. We can add this battery data to our report. By selecting Add, this will add all of the previous history of what we were just reviewing in battery data analysis. Other than the BMS system, our Zenith supports OE level coverage on all the latest Hyundai and Kia models. Currently, we support 47 functions. Let's take a look at the ADAS function. After selecting the correct model, we are going to be selecting the front view camera. SPTAC is a static function which requires an actual target. SPC is a dynamic function which would require driving the vehicle. In this case, we selected SPC. Please make sure to read all instructions before performing any calibrations. As always, thanks for watching, and be sure to check out our other videos.
Does your scan tool have access to the latest Nissan vehicles? If not, it is highly likely that your scan tool does not have access to Nissan's Central Gateway System. Nissan has implemented Central Gateway System on their latest models mostly after 2021. EZDS is one of the few aftermarket companies that offers Central Gateway System access via AutoAuth for Nissan in North America. Before we plug in the scan tool, we need to sign up and purchase a subscription from AutoAuth website. Go to AutoAuth website. Click Sign Up button at the bottom. Fill in the information with valid email address and hit Sign Up button. Once your email is verified, log into your ID and choose the right plan for you. After you purchase the subscription, what you need to do is go to Manage Tools and Add Tool. Select EZDS under Manufacturer and your scan tool model and the serial number of your tool, and hit the Add Tool button, and you're done. Now let's plug into the vehicles and see how we can get access to the Central Gateway System. First, make sure your tool is connected to the internet. For this demo, let's select the Service function, which is a shortcut to the most frequently used functions in the shop. Select the steering angle sensor calibration, select the Nissan automatic selection. Connected vehicle is 23 Nissan Pathfinder, ABS system, and hit OK. When you try to diagnose Nissan vehicles with Central Gateway System, you will see this AutoAuth pop-up screen. Now you need to log in with the ID and password created at the AutoAuth website. When the access is allowed, you will see this green SGW icon at the top right corner. When the access is blocked, you will see the icon in red. steering angle sensor adjustment is completed.
Hello, my name is Patrick from EasyDS USA, and today we're going to be explaining the J2534 function with the Zenith Z7 using the ZVCI2. Let's dive right into it. Before you begin the use of J2534 mode, there are going to be a few items that you will need. You will need a PC or laptop with OEM software, a USB-A to USB-C cable, and of course the Zenith Z7 with ZVCI2. Next, download the J2534 driver from your PC or laptop. From your PC or laptop, head over to the EasyDS USA website and create an account by selecting Join. If you already have an account, just simply select Login and enter your credentials. Next, go to Support and select Driver and Library, then click on the download and install the driver file. Next, connect the ZVCI2 to your PC or laptop with the USB-A to USB-C cable. On your Z7, press the button labeled J2534 and a notice will pop up. Select Accept and the Z7 will be put into J2534 mode. The status light on the ZVCI2 will blink green and yellow, indicating that it is in J2534 mode. Next, run the OEM software and then select Zenith as your pass-through device. From here, you will now be able to connect with the vehicle using the Zenith Z7 and ZVCI2 using J2534 mode. Also, here's an application chart for the OEM software that is compatible with our Zenith Z5 and Zenith Z7. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, please leave a comment down below. Also, hit that like and subscribe button. It really does help us out. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you. Hello everyone, this is Patrick from EasyDS USA, and today we're going to be working with a 2024 Subaru Outback. We're going to be using our Zenith Z7, and we're going to be seeing the different service functions on here, and we're going to take a look at them and see what's going on. Let's dive right in.
Let's start with the auto VIN function, which will detect vehicle information automatically. Let's scan and see what the vehicle has. Sometimes there are too many modules that cannot be displayed well. You can always zoom in and out with your fingers for a better display. By selecting the Star List button, you can see all the available functions supported by this model. Without manually navigating the systems, our Zenith Z7 supports shortcuts to most frequently used functions under Service Function. Let's take a look at what service functions this vehicle supports. And just as a side note, in the vehicle selection area of either the Diagnosis function or Service function, there is a small magnifying glass in the upper left area that is also an auto VIN feature. Whenever you're replacing the front windshield, calibrations will be required, and under ADAS, we support all of these functions. We have got you covered with brake replacements. Using the brake maintenance mode will help with this process. For steering angle sensor calibrations, we can use VSC VDC centering mode for this particular vehicle. Have to write a VIN? Well, we can use the VIN writing function to perform this. Another function is the Immobilizer Smart Key coding. With this, we can use any of the functions to read, program, or erase keys. Let's check out the instrument cluster functions. From here, we can actuate any of the functions available for this cluster, from checking the speedometer, tachometer, fuel gauge, all the way down to the service lights. Checking the gearbox, we support various functions. And lastly, TPMS. We can register TPMS sensors if installed. Thanks for watching this video, and please leave a comment below and let us know what you think or what we could improve. As always, we'll see you on the next one.
Alright guys, so today we have this 2022 Toyota 4Runner, and this thing got hit on the rear passenger corner. Now even though the body shop did a pretty good job with the repair, the vehicle still had collision warning lights on in the dash, and we had codes for misalignment for the blind spot monitor on the passenger side. Now the first thing that I noticed was that the bracket for the blind spot monitor was bent to crap, so we picked one up from our nearest Toyota dealer. Here I am installing it. Now it was time to take a measurement of the vertical alignment. Our spec is 90 degrees, and as you can see here, we're at 85. So I'm just gonna bend the bracket a little bit. Now I'm just gonna take another measurement, and as you can see, we're right on 90 degrees. Now it's time to take our horizontal measurement, and I'm just gonna start off by taking a measurement of the driver's side, which is our known good side. Now the specification for the angle is anywhere between 46 and 54 degrees, perpendicular to the straight line of the vehicle. And as you can see here, we're at 49.6, which is right about 50 degrees. Now I'm gonna show you how we get our measurement over here on the passenger side. I like to use one of these self-leveling lasers and draw a perfectly straight line that runs from the front wheel to the back wheel. I'm using blue painter's tape to mark where my straight line is. I know it's a little faint, but if you look closely, you can see our laser line running across the floor, and I've got the protractor set at 50 degrees. Now to measure the angle of our sensor, I like to use this piece of flat steel on my laser level. And as you can see, it draws up a line on the floor. Now the angle of our sensor is indicating that it's pointed too far inward, so we need to bend the bracket so that it points more outward. Here I'm using a pry bar to bend the bracket outward. Then I'm just going to take another measurement and try to keep bending it until I get the correct angle.
1 hour later.
Alright guys, so because the body was so misshapen from the accident, no amount of bending the bracket was going to get it into place. So ultimately, I had to use some washers as spacers to get the bracket to sit correctly. Once I did that, I was able to get our angle spot on at 50 degrees. So now that our blind spot monitor is at the correct angle, we can now begin the calibration process. It's time to start drawing up the center line of our vehicle. We can do this by dropping a plumb bob straight down the center of the Toyota logo. Then we're just going to mark it using a piece of tape and a Sharpie. We're going to do the same thing down the back side. As you can see, we marked where our plumb bob is showing the center line. Now we're just going to draw up a laser that runs through the mark on the back to our mark on the front. Again, I like to use painter's tape to mark our center line. That way, in case anything moves or the laser gets knocked over, we can easily set it back up. Okay, so now we can tape this piece of paper that we printed from the Toyota service manual onto the floor. It has the angles already drawn up for our target placement. As you can see, we're using our laser to project our line from our piece of paper to our triangular target. Right here you can see I'm using a digital measuring tape to measure the distance for the target. Our specification is 11 feet. Here you can see I'm using the same tool to measure the height of the target. Our specification is 715 millimeters from the ground to the center of our target. I also like to use a level to make sure that our target is straight. Now once you have your target set up correctly, you can continue with the calibration. Here we're going to be using my Zenith Z7 scan tool. We're going to start by clicking on Service, ADAS, select the vehicle. Then we're going to go into the blind spot monitor for the passenger side. Now select Beam Access Display. As you can see, our angle is negative 0.49 degrees, well within the specification of plus or minus 3.6 degrees. We can now go ahead and continue with the beam access adjustment. As you can see, it's doing the adjustment and our beam access adjustment is complete. Now, after clearing the fault codes, we no longer have any lights or messages on the dash. This calibration was a success. So that's how you calibrate a rear blind spot monitor using the Zenith Z7.